Hi crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori, and if you're new here, welcome and thanks for choosing to watch my video. What I'm going to do today, excuse my chair squeaky racket. What I'm doing today is a walkthrough of the bee journal that we've been building for about the last week. She's finally done, and she is a little bit gatory mouth, but she is pretty. So the top piece, the fabrics, if you remember, is that burlap from the Dollar Tree with the bees on it. I think that turned out good. And what we did was we wrapped 2 office envelopes from the Dollar Tree as well, and also had bee honeycomb fabric from the Dollar Tree. This ribbon came from the Dollar Tree as well. This, I believe, came from Hobby Lobby with the gold bees. This top plate wood veneer came from Hobby Lobby. Isn't that pretty? And I just did a little bit of vintage photo highlights on it. And then these little dangles I put on, little charms, came from Tamu. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to open her up. We're going to go through her. And all the lace, excuse me, the lace came from Tamu as well, both the black and the gold. Excuse me, I got a little itchy scratchy in my throat. Let me get a drink. Whew. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. I had an itchy scratchy in the back of the throat. Alright, this is Tim Holtz paper here in the front for the pocket. And this is our ephemera holder that we made with the cover envelope. And these are the ephemera bits, little journal cards that are faux postcards that we stamped and did this tag on the inside. This backing is a stencil that I went with a vintage photo on to make it look beehive-y. The bee comb. And all of these bits and bobs I had referred to earlier in the couple of videos about where I got it all. So I don't want to go into great detail about, you know, where I got it and this, that, and the other. I just want to do a walkthrough, show you how it turned out. So that's our first page. And there's plenty of journaling space in here, even with the little pretty decorative pages. You can still write around that. I think that would be so fun. And then I did the honeycomb print on the back on all the printed pages. And the kit came from, let me see, where did she come from? It was Beehive collage pages. There it is, from Compass and Ink. And then the little ephemera bits, and the mason jars, and the little cut-aparts came from LaBelle Stationery. That's where that came from. Those parts and the mason jars. Come on, words, come with me. And then there's some little like these little ephemera bits here. These journal tags came from My Porch Prints, and then there's a few coin pockets in here as well that came from My Porch Prints. Let me spit that out. Okay, so we'll get that out of the way. So I got a little journal card here on the back, and these little tags were part of that little kit that came from, I want to say, My Porch Prints. All of this came from them. And these beehive pockets here, I had that scrapbook paper, and this was from Tamu, little sticker parts. And then I just did a a lined background. Now this is the parts where we've leaned up on the little honeycomb. And like I said, you can write on this. And then here's the little tag. Here's the little secret tag that I did. I didn't ink around these because it kind of blends in the background. So if you wanted to put something just, you know, for your eyes only type thing in there, and a little skinny tag, then, you know, oh, that's a pretty little tag. Well, you know that there's a piece of paper back there, you know what I'm saying? And this is the bee mason jar where we put the little bling on it right here. If you can see that sparkling. It was, has some yellow pieces on the bee, so I was like, oh, it'd be cute just to put a little bling on it. And we got some journal cards here. And this page, you know, like I said, was part of the kit, and it had, you can write on it, but, you know, it wasn't prettied up bead. So I did that. And here's the little coin pockets where you can put, you know, just a little piece of ephemera or a little, you know, there's a little something in there that you wanted to keep. And here's the tags we made out of the vellum tags. You just backed it. These little bulb pins and the little bead charm and the little bead tag that's on the top all came from Tamu. The vellum tag that I backed with paper came from Michael's. And there's a few of those in here. I thought they turned out cute. I just thought that was sweet. So if you wanted to, you could take this off and you could put it on your lace, you know, in a couple of places. And see, and I think you could write on this, you know, in and around this top part. And another thing I thought about is, see where this doesn't, you know, there's quite a few places where you could add one of these little, make it a tuck spot of your own. You could, you know, glue it in an L shape, put it on the corner and glue here. And then you could have a tuck spot of your own and put some extra paper in. And these are on thick cardstock, 65-pound cardstock. So I was like, you know, they can make some extra tuck spots of their own and through the journal themselves if they wanted to. So, and here's some more of the little journal cards that we did. And like I said, this pocket we made, the stickers are on the front came from Tamu. The bee comb I had from a scrapbook paper, do not know, but I'm pretty sure it was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And this is another one of those little vellum colored tags. And this is leftover bits of that where I did with the beehive honeycomb and the what the heck did I use? It was a file folder I took and did that with. And then I just did the vellum tag over top of it. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I don't know why all of a sudden. I think I'm just nervous. I don't know why. The words just aren't coming. And then this is like just scrap piece of the fabric, and I just made a little pull with that. Thought that would be cute. And here's the full page pockets that we did, because this page was a thinner scrapbook paper and it had all white on the back, and I didn't want the all white in it, so I just covered it with full page sticker pockets with bees on it. And this is part of the leftover fabric from the outside cover, and I just thought I'd put a bee there on that. And then we just made came from Tamu, these little journal bits did. And then you can write on this, and this would be another little good spot where you could take one of those little journal bits from the front here, the faux postage cards, and you can put it here and make a tuck spot for something else, and you can write around that too. And then this, even though this was pretty and I didn't want to cover this up, so I put a tuck spot on this side, and then you can write behind it, and then also added tags and a journal card. I thought that would be neat. So even though you can, you know, we couldn't write over here, you can write here and have extra writing spots. Plenty of writing space in this journal. And this little bee here, I accidentally cut one of his legs off. He's our amputee bee. So he's in a little corner tuck spot. This was a leftover journal bit, leftover scrapbook paper. I just backed the back of it because it was solid white. There's some more of those little bee mason jars. And this is the one where we stamped, and I just said, be happy on that. And I thought that would be cute there. Just leave him sticking out of the corner. I think it turned out really good. I wanted it to be decorated, and it's a little thick, just mainly because it's got, you know, some lump and bump to it. That's fine. And see, you can write on these pages as well. And then I wanted plenty of journaling space in it. So I didn't want to, you know, I wanted it decorated and, you know, done up, but I didn't want it, you know, where you couldn't write in it. That's the point of a journal, is to write, you know. So you can, I think it would be neat to write around this, you know, kind of like a bee flew, in, you know, how the bees are going around to write. I think that would be neat. Or you can take and add you another tuck spot and put your piece of paper in there. And these are the whole pockets that we made. And put these journal bits in it and backed them. This one is a little fussy to get in there, just because of the way the bottom of it's cut. But it will go in there. And I'll say that now that I got it pulled out. But it'll go down in there. It's just a little fussy. And these here are parts of the tag kit that came from, where was it? My Porch Prints had these. And then this is the middle. So this is the ephemera pack that I originally came up with, that I wanted from, let's see, it housed these journal papers in it. I got it from Tamu. So what I wanted to do was put this in the front and then make that envelope to put in the back. And if you can see, this is a little more lumpier on the front side than it is the back side. And I think that is because I have these tags here that have the little hangers on them at the moment, flipped around. There's 4 of those in and throughout the journal. And I thought I spread them out through the back, but I may have not. We'll fix that. So instead of putting this in a pocket, because I didn't allow for the little 1/4 inch there for the gusset. So what I had to wind up doing is I'm just going to take and just put this in the middle of the journal. If whoever I give it to, or if later on I decide I want to sell it, or someone contacts me or whatever, just, you know, all it turned out pretty, I want it type situation, you know. But like I said, as of now, I don't have an Etsy store. I do not have a any selling platform at the moment. I'm contemplating what to do, because, you know, I don't have a whole lot to put on Etsy at the moment, but I'm working on it. So this is the little ephemera pack that we made. So I'm just going to house it in the middle. So then I thought, you know, you can write on this as well. And this is another one of those little coin pouches, and another tag that I just put in there. But you can house your ephemera bits, any tags, receipts, or anything that you want to not have time at that moment to journal about. You can stick it in here and put it in the, you know, and just hang on to it. Or you can carry this in your backpack, your purse, or whatever you would like. And while you're working in this journal, you can put your pieces of ephemera, tickets, tags, receipts, or anything, you know, memorable to you at that moment that you would maybe want to journal about, and have somewhere safe to put it. So when you did have time to sit down and journal, you could pull it out and be like, yeah, this is the receipt from this restaurant, or, you know, the whatever, the little tag from this coffee shop that we went to, or you know, ticket stub or whatever that you would like to journal about. You would have something put it in that you could take with you and then store it in there until you got to where you could sit down and journal. That was my thinking. So that was the thinking with it to start with, but I wanted to house it in the journal. So, and then we have this pocket and another one of these little tags, journal cards. And I love that just because it was like the burnt paper. And like I said, it came on a thinner paper, and I just backed it. Just backed it is all we did. This one goes in a little easier because I didn't glue as far over. But like I said, this has a lot of journaling space in it. So, and then this is another pocket that we did with the little Tamu stickers. And then here's the little journal bits. And like I said, this was the part of the scrapbook paper that, you know, made the pocket on the front cover. And here's another we made a tag out of. And then this is just one of those where you fold the paper, and I had printed it on the back already, and it was lined, so I was like, oh, that would make a cute little tag to put in there. So, and then I just dusted around it with some vintage photo. That's one of the little mason jars, used as a tuck spot. And then this page, I love this with the beehive. And here is the other full page pocket that we did with some leftover fabric from the outside cover. And then there's another little tag journal spot. And these are big enough. I just put these in here, the one a piece, but these are big enough to where you can fold up pieces of paper or put photos in. And like I said, you know, these pages that like this, if you would want to put a photo on that, you could do up to a 5x7 easily on this. You know, so that would be really good for that. And here is another one of those little tags that we did with the vellum tag, and I just backed it with the cardstock that I did that stencil on with the little tags and a little bulb pin. And there's a journal card that came from that kit, and I just thought that was cute in there hanging over top of that. I just thought it was sweet like that. And there's the other one. And see, this page you can kind of write on, but in this corner here, it didn't really have, it just had script. So I was like, that would be a good little tuck spot because I didn't want to take up the writing spot. And there's the little vellum tags that we did with the little jingle jangles. I love that. I just think that's so cute. I'll probably find me some different little charms of some sort and do that quite a bit because I've got 2 or 3 packs of those vellum tags, and I think that's just the cutest. And here's the little coin pocket where we did the little closures on. I think that's sweet. And you put whatever you'd like to put in there and hang on to it. Some type of little memorabilia piece or something. And here's the so on this one, on this mason jar, it had different colors of the yellow, so I used the different colors of the bling, and I got that from the Dollar Tree, the little blingy parts. So like it had it looked like it was, you know, different stages of the honey, I'm assuming. So some of it was lighter, and as it went up it got darker with the little bees working on it. I think that's just the cutest. And I did put that on a writing page, but now you can write around, and you have journal cards. And this is a leftover piece from that Tim Holtz paper with the bees on it. And this is part of the bee journal card bit. And we just put a little cut off piece of this yellow lace on the top of it. And I think this is so pretty. I love that. So you can write, you know, on this as well. And even if you wanted to, you could put a 3.5 by 5 picture there. And this I left because I didn't want to cover this up and it was going to hinder it in the spine to put anything on this. So I did the other little blinged up pocket, little mini pocket, and you can still write all over this. And then you have the other little hidden mini tag that we made with the flip outs. And I didn't ink that because look, so when the tag's pulled out of there, it kind of blends in with the page. You won't even know it's there. And there's the little tags we made. And this one is a little tight, but it'll go in there. It hides the paper a little better. And this is the back part. I love that. I think it's so pretty. And you can write all the way around this. So like I said, I wanted plenty of writing space in this journal. And this was one of the coin pockets, but I had made a mishap when I made the little corner cuts and turned my beads both the same way. So I couldn't have one in the front and one in the back, so I had to improvise, and we cut the flap off of this side and the top to use that. And then this is one of the mason jars backed, and then the tags from the little kit. And these I had printed on. This one I just buffed it with some little with that vintage photo. So I thought that was cute. And you can arrange these in here however you like. But I think I may glue just a little bit up more here, just to have it where it's a little more sturdier, because that wants to flap open when you turn the page and your stuff come out. So I think I may glue about a 1/4 of an inch up here, just to give it a little more hold on it. It is a thicker cardstock, but still, you have 3 tags in that mason jar there, and see, it wants to slide. So I think what I'm going to do is take and glue up here. I'm going to do that off camera. Ooh-wee, you hear it is thundering. It's storming. We had tornado warnings and everything here this evening. Girl, I was scared. I was calling my children, wanting to know where they was at, telling them, you better get in the bathtub. My one child, the oldest one, she moved back to her apartment in a place called Pilot Mountain in North Carolina, and they was coming out on the news, girls. And I tell you what, honey, I was scared. I called her, was shaking in my voice, and I was like, please, just tell me you all right, because you weren't answering your phone. Mama's scared, you know. But my son, he was in Winston with his fiance. My baby girl, she was here home with my mama, so they was fine. You know, and my daddy, he lives in a town called Boonville, which is right below Elkin, where the tornado had came through on 268, and I was scared over that. Called him, told him get in the basement. Made sure my son wasn't on 601 where he lives and works, because it was supposed to have went through that way too. And then they was talking about coming through Ararat and Pilot Mountain on Long Hill Road, which is where we used to live, actually, in Pilot Mountain. And my daughter moved into an apartment on the other side of 52 across from Long Hill, and I was freaking out. But everybody's safe and everybody's fine that, you know, that was related to me and my family. And I pray that everybody in Wilkes County is okay. I think they're going to send out the officials to make sure what kind of tornado level it was or whatever. But in Rhonda, North Carolina, they had called in reports of it was a funnel on the ground. So bless them, I was scared. So anyways, all of that being said, it's thundering and lightning again. So I have my phone on airplane mode, so I'm gonna get done with this and let y'all go. So anyways, this is the beekeeper I thought was so cute, and you can write and journal around that bit. And there's the last page with the heart tree. That's so pretty. You can write on that too. So this is where the other Tim Holtz paper, and I cut it down and made it where it was gusseted, but it was not gusseted enough. So then I cut the gusset off and just put it back down and said I'll just make a pocket, put some pretty tags and journal card in it. So that's what I did. But like I said, I'm gonna leave this bit here in the middle, so then that way it is a removable piece for your journal. You can, you know, put your ephemera pieces in it, what you want to journal about later. Like if you don't have time, you can stick this in your backpack, your purse, or what have you. Ooh, it's thundering bad. So then that way, you know, you have all your little journal bits in there. Well, I hope everyone likes it. I think it turned out really good. I love it, actually. I think it turned out better than I thought it was going to. And on these bits right here, on this wax thread, I did a little trick where on the knots that I tied them on, I took the Fabri-Tac and put a few drops on that so that those knots would stay, so that they wouldn't slip out on me. And that's what I did there. So hopefully that'll work. Because I tied them on there and it slipped off, and I was like, oh no, that's not going to happen. And I was like, I didn't even think of that with that yarn. It was going to slip off of that metal. So then I said, well, let me put some Fabri-Tac on that, and it sure enough works. So try that if you do, if you want your little dangles and your charms on stationery. Try that, and it should hold them. You don't got to put much, just a few little drops, and it'll hold them. Alrighty, so there she is. I waited and waited to get this thing done, y'all, and it is finally done. Now I'm like, I don't know what to do now. But no, and I've been thinking about, I've got that Stampria burlap and lace. And I've got me up some bits and some lace and stuff, and it looks like it would go on a wedding dress. And then I got some pearls and this and that and other. And so I'm thinking about maybe working on that one next, just cause I've had it. That was the first pack of Stampria that I bought, and I was like, well, I got the bits and bobs. I can do that up real good. That'd be pretty. And then I got me two more carts. I got one three station from or 3 section from Tamu, and then I got a little 2 section one that I put underneath my desk to put all my little ephemera pouches in, so it's handy and I ain't got to keep getting up and running. So I think I'm gonna do that Tamu haul that I got this week, maybe put it up tomorrow. It's gonna be a small one. I got some more lace, of course, you know, and then I got, like I said, I got my 2 little cards, and so I'll get the pricing on that for you. I'm not sure about the code numbers or what you have, but I'll get the pricing on it. And then I think we'll start working, get us out some little bits and bobs and make us up some tag bases and pocket bases and stuff like that. I'll show you some, you know, simple items that you could use for tag bases. Now, like I said, I used to work at a restaurant chain, Wendy's, and my son works there still. But these little cardboard pieces here, which is craft paper, the same thing as the craft paper that you would buy, you know. So I'm going to cut these bits up, and they came in between the sauces, like, you know, the barbecue and the ranch and all of that. They came in between the sauces. So the ones that didn't have anything on them, I kept, and I was like, I could make something out of that, of course, you know. So I'm going to cut them up, you know, make tags and pockets and such out of these. And then, you know, just to do the shapes and that, and then we'll decorate us up some. And you can get the craft cardstock is the same thing as this. And it, because it's the thicker cardboard is all it is. So that's what I'm going to do that with. And that way we'll make us up some book page pockets and book page tags and stuff like that. I just want to have some bases. You know, I probably won't do a whole bunch of decorating, because I like to decorate as I work on the journal, you know, because if I'm in the middle of working on it, you know, then I'll be like, oh, I need this piece, or oh, I need that piece, you know. So that's how I like to work on things. It's hard for me to make pre-made ephemera, pre-made tags and pockets and such like that, because I really need to know what it's going to go in. Does that make sense? I think that's just more of where I come from, the scrapbooking background and the mini book making. You know, because whatever you cut off of those strips, you use that in that project. And that's kind of what I try to do in my journals is, you know, like this is scrapbook paper. So, you know, most of my tags or most of my pockets were made from the scrapbook paper. And if I cut a scrapbook paper like this, I knew that that was going to be a good sturdy pocket. Then I made tags and journal cards and, you know, stuff out of that paper. So that's kind of, you know, what I did. So that way I don't have a whole lot of waste. And like I say, I don't know, I don't like cutting paper up if I don't have to. That's just, so that's why I'm like, you know, once I get through my scrapbook hoard and get more printables. I mean, I have quite a few bit of printables, but they're all, it's not like collage pages or background pages per se. It's all pretty much, you know, like journal page kits, you know. Some of it I'm going to have to make tags and stuff for, and some of it, you know, it's an all-inclusive kit, which is, you know, it has tags and pockets and decorative bits and, you know, like that with it. But most of the ones I have is more of just like journal page kits. Because I was like, oh, I got scrapbooking paper that'll go with that and make pretty tags and pockets. So that's where I came from and how I go about starting a project. So like with this, I had the kit, the printed off page kit, and then I found some journal cards and, you know, the little coin bits, and the other was, you know, a few pieces of scrapbook paper that I backed and made pockets and tags and tucks out of, and journal cards. So, but I think it turned out pretty. It is a little gatory, but not too bad, you know. Well, like I said, it's got a little bling and a little lump and bump to it, but I think it turned out pretty. Ooh-wee, there it is. There's that thunder. I'm gonna go ahead and go, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and pray for everybody. It was in the storm lines and in the tornadoes, and hope everyone else is safe. Y'all enjoy your family, enjoy your crafting, enjoy your evening. Thank y'all. Have a good night.